Hey guys, so I just wanted to play with makeup again today. Some stuff is new, some stuff is stuff that I know. I did keep all of it being drugstore. I just had, I don't know, a new foundation to try out. None of the stuff that's new is like a new launch or anything. It's just new to my collection. I just got a new makeup set drawer and I put everything that I have yet to try or open. I put it in a drawer, so I just pulled a couple of the things out. One of them is like the Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation from L'Oreal. I have never tried Essence, and I have the Essence Salute Paris eyeshadow palette I wanted to try. I don't have anything from Milani, and I have a Milani blush and a Milani strobe light highlighter. I want to try those. I thought they looked pretty. And then I just have a couple other random things that are not new, but I just like them, so I wanted to use them. So I am going to, my face is really dry. I'm just going to use this Pixi Glotion Day Drew Brightening Lotion. I'm going to use it as a primer. Excuse the loud noise. It smells like sunscreen, which I don't necessarily like that, but it is leaving my skin feeling hydrated. There's a little bit of a tackiness, so hopefully the foundation will stay on it. Like I said, the foundation I'm going to use is L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear. I am using, I don't even know which color this is. And I think it's 410. That's the number that's on the back. So I am going, I just cleaned all my makeup brushes, so I'm going to use a brush. So has about medium coverage. I am just staying home. Obviously, we are all still quarantined, so there's nothing to do anyways. I just wanted to play with some makeup, so I don't necessarily need it to be full coverage or anything. That's pretty. Excuse me while I do my giant mirror. I do like the way that looks. I think I'm going to put on just a little bit more just to build up the coverage a teeny tiny bit. I'm going to use my favorite, my CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I am using it in light nude. I'm going to use my e.l.f. and I'm going to blend all this out. So I do have some eyeshadow primers. I don't use eyeshadow primers a whole lot unless if I'm doing a super dramatic look, if I'm going out or something like that, I will do my eyes first. I just usually don't. But if I do my eyes first before I do my face, then I will use an eyeshadow primer, but usually I just kind of use what's left over on my brush and sponges for my foundation and my concealer, and I usually just kind of run that over my eyelids. The next thing I'm going to do, I am going to set everything. I'm going to use the Halo Glow setting powder. I am using light. When I went to the store a couple months ago, I could not find light. I had to find a brush. I only could find medium, and I got medium, and it when I'm during the summer when I do self tan and just kind of have a little bit of a tan naturally, I think I'll be able to use the medium. But right now when I tried to use it, it was just way, way, way too dark and it looked ridiculous. So thankfully I was able to buy this. I put an order online on Alp's website, and I got the light. So I just use one of my Moda brushes to do my eyes and my T-zone. I use one of my bigger brushes, using the same powder and just brushing it over the rest of my face. I'm not going to do a huge precise brow or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of fill them in a little bit. And so I do like using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is a neutral brown. It is a little bit of a thicker, it's got a spoolie and then the product on one side or on the other side. I don't like using this if I'm really trying to, you know, make my brows look absolutely amazing. But if I'm just kind of filling them in, then I feel like this, you know, this works just fine for me. I'm just kind of making them a little bit more even. And then my eyebrows are super sparse at the ends, so I do like kind of pulling this down a little bit and drawing on a little bit of an eyebrow, so that way I don't look as crazy. Okay, next I'm going to bronze up the face a little bit. I'm just going to use the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. This is a waterproof bronzer, and this is in 020 Sunshine. I really do like this. Got my big Kenzie brush. And just bronze it up. Give myself a little bit of color because I'm pasty white. And I'm okay with it, but sometimes a girl needs a little bit of color in her life. And I'm going to use one of my Luxie brushes. This is 209. This is actually a large shader, but I have tons of these. So I have one that I use to contour the nose a little bit. Now let's break into the Milani blush. This is in 11. It's Blossom Time Rose. It is so pretty, and I love the detail that is on that with the rose. And then I'm going to use another Kenzie brush. It's my favorite one to use for blushes. And actually, I think I want to, I just went super heavy hand and it looks super chalky. I don't know if you can see it at all. It actually has like a golden glow to it. Well, we will see. Okay, it's not bad. There is so much kick up. And I think it's because it's textured, and I might have possibly just made it messed up when I tried to rub my finger on it so that way I could do it. I don't know if you could tell, there is a bunch of fallout in it, but it is just giving the slightest hint of color, and it does have kind of a gold, it has a golden like tone to it. It is actually really pretty. I do like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the highlighter. This is Milani's, it's a spotlight, it's a face and eye strobe palette. This is in Sunlight. These things always interest me with the different colors. I think I'm just going to pull them all together. It just gave a really pretty, it's this color over here, it gave a really pretty kind of golden. Put all those together. This is also super powder. I don't know if you can see all the powder on the black, but now we're going to do the eyes. Like I said, I've never used Essence before. This is the Salute Paris. I thought I loved the mauve tones. I actually had my mom help me pick this one out, so I was super excited to try it. I'm not going to do anything crazy, just kind of, these are my everyday tones. So I think I'm going to go in to, they don't have names on them, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to go in and, please excuse my nails, but I'm going to go into this color right here. I'm going to use a Lexi large eye blending brush. I'm going to put that into the crease. It's a pretty color and it is blending out actually super easily. Now I'm going to use the same brush and then I am going to go into this darker color. I'm going to pack that on the outer part of my eye lid. And then when I have less product on a brush, I will just kind of sweep it back and forth a little bit, so that way that line is not so harsh, and I will bring it a little bit into the crease as well. It's pretty. I think this might end up being one of my go-to palettes. I'm not a huge neutral person all the time. I mean, in the sense that I don't really like neutral browns and golds on the daily, but I could use these all the time and be perfectly happy. And I am using, I think this is, oh, this is one of those Eco Tools brushes. I think I'm going to go in, they really only have kind of like 2, maybe 3 shimmer shades. I'm just going to go into this one, it's super light. I'm going to put that on the inner part. Oh, that's pretty. It has a very frosty type like I don't know, it comes off a little bit more frosty on the eyelid, if that makes sense, than what it looks like in the pan, but it's still really, really pretty. I mean, I do really like it. See, can never get it to look the same. I'm going to go back in with that first brush and take that darker color. I put just a teeny tiny bit back on the brush because I really like that color. I do not want to lose it. I'm going to take that brush again. I'm going to just dip into that darker color. I'm going to run it on my lower lash line. I'm going to use the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal and put a coat mascara on. I feel like I might need to buy more of this. I feel like this one is, I've had it a while, I feel like it's drying out a little bit. I'm gonna try to put one more coat on. See if I can build it up like I usually can. Like I said, I actually think that this is drying up, and probably after this use I need to get rid of this line and purchase a new one. What I'm gonna do is I have this teeny tiny little Moda brush. It's like a super small angled brush. I'm actually going to dip into just the light color of that highlight that I used, and I am going to use that to highlight the brow bone. As well as the inner corner. And then the last thing, I have some new e.l.f. lip lacquers. Lip lacquer, not liqueur. Apparently you can tell where my brain is right now. Sorry guys. This is a really pretty kind of mauve color. I feel like it'll go really good with this look. It's actually called Wild Rose. My lips are so dry, it is ridiculous. And I put stuff on them every night before I go to bed. And I swear they are only hydrated for like an hour when I wake up. And then they just go back to being super dry again. Okay, so this is how it came out. I think it's super cute. I really, really like this palette. The foundation I really liked. I am still not 100% sure. I love the blush in the component, but I just don't feel like it came off this color on my skin, which is a bummer. It came off way, now granted, I understand that my highlighter is super gold and that's what you're primarily seeing now, but I do feel like this came off a lot golder than this like pretty, you know, light pink color that it was supposed to be. So I'm going to use this a couple more times, see maybe if I'm wondering if just having that gold highlighter, if it really just kind of brought out the gold in this blush. I'll have to try it with some different mixtures of products and see maybe if I can get it to come out the color that I actually bought, because I loved it. I like the highlighter. It's interesting. I might try to use them separately and see if, you know, if I like it any better doing it separately than mixing them all together. But I mean, we're all stuck at home, so we all have plenty of time to play with weird things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and you know, I just encourage everyone to follow the orders and stay inside right now. I know everyone is dying to see friends and family, myself included, but you know, we all have to do our best to you know, help what we can or how we can. So once again, thank you guys. I love you all. I hope everyone stays safe and happy and healthy and everything, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.